You have entered the Cozy Awakening, where your soul finds warmth and your spirit finds clarity. So grab your cup of coffee, a cozy blanket, and settle in for the Cozy Awakening.
Hello and good morning, Sarah. Cheers.
Cheers.
We have a beautiful conversation. I can already feel it. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Well, thank you. So do you.
Wait, I've got my cup of coffee, which is probably my third or fourth. And then I even added like the cold foam. I was like, today's going to be a good day. We're going to add some of the drizzle. We're all in today.
So that sounds delicious.
Once you cold foam it, it's like you can't go back. Like, it's so good. It's so good. It's like one of my favorite things now. Is like, every cup. So, Sarah, go ahead and thank you, first of all, for being a part of the Cozy Awakening. I am so thankful because you have kind of like came with me on my little journey of what is happening, and now we're here. So I'm so thankful that you decided you wanted to come on to the Cozy Awakening. So go ahead and take this time, introduce yourself, kind of just like explain a little bit about who you are.
Where do I start? Well, this is my first guest on a podcast, so that's awesome.
I love that.
Believe it or not, my husband does a podcast, but I've never been on it. So
he needs to step up his game. Step up a bit.
I'm the behind the scenes kind of girl. But I guess a little bit about me is, oh my gosh, I really don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Let's start with your name and kind of maybe like who you feel like you are.
Yeah. So I am Sarah, and I'm an empath, emotional feeler.
I know the like feeling that I'm getting from you is like, oh, this is who I am.
This is who I am. Very sensitive, intuitive, community oriented. I got a lot of stuff going on with a really crazy, beautiful mess of a brain.
Yep, the whole journey is all of that, all into one. So it sounds like you're on the right path.
Yeah. And just, I don't know, going through this life and kind of figuring it out as we go and getting to meet awesome people, you know, on the way. And yeah, I guess a little bit about me is I'm a little bit of everything.
I love that, though. I think you're amazing. I've loved you interviewed from like the very beginning of when I started like the meetup. So Sarah was a part of my like first, I don't even know what to even call it.
Yeah.
I was just seriously like,
we were online.
I was trying so hard to be like, what is happening to me, and that I can't be alone. Like, there's no way that I'm the only one that feels completely lost and like no one around to help out with what's going on. And so I started a meetup group, and Sarah was one of my original VIPs in the meetup group. And it went great. It started like, you know, picking up, and then it started to get real weird.
Yes,
that
fast.
Was the time.
Very fast.
And that was done.
Yeah.
It got weirder after Sarah. I
know. I wish I was just in there for the support, maybe, because it didn't. There was a lot of interesting people, I guess, out there with, and
it's just
I love it, but it just gets weird and uncomfortable sometimes.
That was very. I still try not to think about it. It's like there was that one interaction that scared me for days. What was he like? He was just like, "You're my wife. You're like who I was."
Telling you exactly what you were.
I was like,
in a very creepily way.
And then, but he was even AIing us.
Yes.
Together. I forgot about that. And I was like, okay, that's like I seen him AIing us. And then remember when we were like, okay, well, where's the show us the image again, and it was gone, and so he created another one.
Yeah.
It was it was time for that meetup to stop and the cozy awakening to start, because
Yeah.
now I've got control over more of who I bring in, of the energies that come in, and it feels a lot more genuine and a lot more
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
And I'm telling you, the
So
story
much more lighter, probably. You know?
is so much more. I mean, I'm thankful for the experience. I'm thankful that it brought me like some beautiful people like you, and I still talk to Noah. So there's still some beautiful
He's such a
souls.
beautiful soul.
I
love him.
know, I know, he really is. So I still talk to him and do stuff like that. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for this journey of starting it, but I'm also glad that that's done.
Yes.
It's just one
Well,
of the stepping stones.
and I think you always have to start somewhere, at
Yeah.
some place. But it leads you back to where you are going to start fresh, and it leads you to where you are now, which you've learned something. And so now going further, it's going to be a lot better. And like you said, a little bit more control. But if you didn't have that experience, you would have never known.
Yeah,
So
that was an experience.
yeah.
But okay, so let's kind of spin off of that. Now, when did you, I know I've heard some of your personal journey, and just remember, anything you feel like you want to share, please, feel free to. Anything you don't. It's not a, it's just all about you and your beautiful journey and who you beautifully are made to be. So where did your journey start? What's something where you were just like, I'm different?
Where it hit me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say it really started when I was really young, without kind of knowing it. I used to tell my mom when I was like 3 or 4 that I died in a car accident, and I had a sister and a brother and a mom, and I would name them off by names, and we'd be driving around California, and I'd be pointing out places and naming places that I've never been.
Wow.
So I think that was probably the start of maybe my mom or my parents knowing that I was just a little bit different.
Yeah.
But obviously what comes along with that is that when you start expressing a lot of those weird things, people think you're kind of weird, and you shut that portion off.
Yeah.
And you kind of just go into this days of seeing or hearing things, or maybe experiencing things and brushing it off like it maybe didn't exist to kind of fit in with everybody else. So I think maybe I lost a little bit of that towards like my teens and maybe even early adult years. But that's where it originally, I think, kind of started.
Okay, and when your parents, like, were they kind of like supportive?
Freaked out.
Okay, freaked out. Other option, but I'm kind of curious to see which one. Going with the more like positive.
Yeah, I think my mom and my dad, for the most part, were actually pretty supportive. I think they were freaked out that what is this child saying and how does she know this kind of stuff? And obviously it was talk amongst the family.
Yeah.
But I don't know, my mom always kept a dream book by her bed. So that was just an indicator that, she was seeing, maybe hearing, trying to interpret things herself. My grandma always said that she saw angels everywhere. Angels was a really big thing for her. And there is a cousin that I have. Her name is Courtney. She used to see spirits when she was little. Like the house that she lived in, there was a little boy, I guess, that died in there. And at a very young age, innocently, she would just, this little boy wants to play with me, and I'm tired, and I've been up all day, and now I'm up all night, and I don't know what to do, as a kid, that's not scared, of this maybe entity that was walking around the house. So I don't know if it's in my blood.
It sounds like, it sounds
we're all a little different.
I think it sounds like it. Now, have you noticed anything with your child?
You know, I'm always like watching him with like
Yeah.
an eye, like what's gonna happen. But he's a very emotional, and I mean emotional in all aspects of not just like sensitive, because he's very sensitive, also aggressive, like in every aspect of being emotional. 3-year-old toddler crazy. He's all of that. And passionate. So I see a lot of him, me and him,
Okay.
but I don't know if he can articulate it yet. So I'm like
Yeah.
waiting and kind of like teaching him my coping mechanisms at like a young age, starting it now, than him kind of being lost. Because my family was supportive, but I don't know if they were open to have a conversation
Yeah.
really about what was really going on, or maybe they thought part of it was imagination, but a little weird. And I think in some families too, just depending on how it's exposed or viewed in your past family history, it was open but not open. And I wish it was more open now that like I'm an adult and I have kids of my own, and I just want them to be able to feel comfortable with whatever they're experiencing, you know, in general. That's more of my like life's mission now. I think a lot of it is just learning maybe to like let go and really follow your gut or your inner voice, I guess, sort of say. And I'm an Aries, like I'm a hot-headed, like fiery, sweet, but you know, like I struggle a lot with that, you know, in myself. I think as I started getting a little bit older, as like any teenager and adult kind of does, or at least in my case, I started like finding myself and maybe kind of like drifting away from my family a little bit. Outings, you know, I would see them, but I was like starting my, you know, young adult life, on my own. And I don't know, I did mostly all the normal things, kind of like let all my, I guess, gifts that were behind me, you know, were kind of in the background. And I was just working a full-time job, like working the grind.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started having seizures, like randomly in my early 20s, that I kind of knew something was like a little different. I wasn't necessarily okay. I started having these seizures like out of random. I would have these weird deja vu spells that would come like after them, where I felt that I was just like, you know, weird dimensional, like I know what's happening before it does, kind of thing. And I think I started talking to my parents a lot more about like what I was seeing, what I was experiencing, how I was almost halfway dying through my seizures, it felt like, every single time. And we still don't know what causes them, either, but I was meant to have this disorder, I realize now, because everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
But I think that's what kind of bursted the doors open in like my early adulthood to like really start having more, I guess, of the like a spiritual awakening, you know, sort of say. But for a couple years, I was in the grind of like not liking my job, you know, like really finding out who I was, what I like to do. And I think we all kind of get in that mindset sometimes when you're just working, raising kids, like, and you have this envision that society makes for you, that in order to have joy, you have to have all these things and be like set. At a certain age, by the way. And if you don't, then you're a mess. You know, like
and then you add a spiritual awakening, and then it's just like you more don't got it together. You're just like fighting that too, and being like, no, but listen,
there's more.
This was a dream I had. Or now, like, you know, like with you and your seizures, you're like, no, this is not just a work grind, normal life. Now I've got this. So adding that is not the easiest.
No. And it's overwhelming. And I think for a lot of people, when you like talk about spiritual awakenings, to some people it's like, wow, I had this like amazing dream, and you almost aspire to have that same kind of experience through your spiritual awakening, because how sometimes wonderful it sounds, but sometimes it's like not wonderful. It's messy, it's confusing, it's raw, it's you know, kind of like one of those things where you get smacked in the face real hard, like, oh, there's more, and it just opens up a box of mystery. Sometimes I think too, like when people get sick or something really bad happens and it really like jolts them, you know, in life, that's like that slap. That's that polarity of like something really bad had to happen for you to like wake up a little bit, like, hello, we got your attention now.
Yes, exactly. And they, you know, and it's pretty amazing. Like when you think about it, like it's so amazing that we have learned to tune into that and listen.
Yeah.
We are like the few people that get to experience. I know there's slaps, but we also get to experience them. Like I wouldn't be who I am without the millions of slaps I've had.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm loving who I am. I'm loving this journey, all the slaps included. It's very light. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very light. And I'll take the slaps any day just to continue being on this beautiful journey and meeting like the beautiful people in it. Just pretty much, I don't know, slaps and all, it's a beautiful mess.
Yes. And we need, you know, we need to have slaps to move forward, right? Like a little bit of pain to like grow. You know, like nothing is easy and smooth. It's a little painful, you know, and you know, not endorsing going hitting and anything like that, you know, as far as pain, but you know, emotional, you know, you have to like grow from it, and that's the whole experience. You know, a life. And I think almost dying from my seizures and having a really big one a couple years ago in front of my son, and really dying and not waking up for a couple days in the hospital just like brought such a different perspective into my life. A confusing one at first, but then like you said, I got to meet so many people through healing and recovering and connection with people, and knowing that like I'm not alone in whatever journey that I'm in, catapulted me in like such a beautiful spot in my life right now that I get to experience with people that feel the same way. And that's, I think, very rare.
There's so many of us that are so alone.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I want to build like this community that's like positive, and no one feels alone in this, because it is beautiful. It is messy, but it's doing it together feels so right. Yeah.
There's more purpose, you know, behind it. And it's, there's so many more doors that open when you share it. And I think there are parts of social media that you want to express, but then also a falseness behind it, you know, too, which can sometimes make it feel even more lonely when you're trying to keep up a facade that's not really truly authentic to yourself. Which the funny thing is, more people connect when you're totally authentic in a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Than, you know, trying to be perfect. So we're always constantly living in this like world where you're trying to balance perception and ego, you know, versus just being who you are. And I think you see a lot more success, you know, when people really start expressing more of themselves than whatever they think that needs to be perceived, you know, by the public.
There's a lot of different souls out there. I love the beautiful souls I've met. Like, I love it. It's been amazing. It has been fun. It has been, I mean, I was just editing another like podcast episode, and one of the ladies in one of my podcasts, like episodes, just so funny. And I'm sitting there just editing her video and I'm just laughing because I'm just like, this is so beautiful and so her and so genuine. Like, I love that I get to share this. Everyone I've met with have been so different, so beautiful, and like themselves. You had mentioned, your mom's dream book.
Yeah.
Well, did she never tell you that she was intuitive? Was it something where she was like, I'm going to keep this to myself and then just let Sarah do her thing?
I kind of think so. Well, I was always asking questions, like, as a child, right? Because you have so many things going on and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. And I remember having some really vivid dreams, like dreams that were probably almost too adult-like for me, or like dreams that I probably couldn't really have processed like at that young. I'd have dreams of like tidal waves and like natural disasters, that were happening. And so I'd ask my mom about that too. Like, I've been having like these really weird dreams and we were in a tidal wave and, like more nightmare kind of stuff, right? And I remember her going through her dream book and kind of like reading a little bit of whatever, tidal waves or whatever the meaning or symbolism was to maybe try to help me understand. But at the same time, she was still trying to understand, like herself. But it wasn't until like a couple years ago that my dad randomly asked, he's like, do you ever have nightmares or just night terrors or anything about tidal waves? It's like, I don't know why, but I have these nightmares. And I was like, that's really interesting because as a child, I've always had them. I thought you knew about that. So maybe I expressed more to my mom than I ever did my dad.
Okay.
But that was a little weird. It's like connecting the dots later, like, what does this all mean? And is it something that like runs through us? Is it like genetic? Is it an energy that's being passed that I'm still trying to find the meaning for?
So your dad too.
My dad too. He's more of like doesn't talk a lot. He's like a listener, and sometimes it's kind of hard to get anything really out of him. There's certain things like that with my family that I'm like, But it also gives me the realization that I think everybody, even when they say, oh no, I haven't really had an experience, might have had an experience that they necessarily can't explain.
Yes.
It's just how comfortable are you with talking about it? How normalized is it going to be? Or is it, like in our parents' generation, depending on where you grew up and what family you're in, it was either like super taboo or it was really accepted and like encouraged. So my family was weird. They're like a little hidden weird, but more I think as I open up and I'm super confident now in myself and where I'm at, and them almost realizing like, okay, my daughter almost died. She has this illness that I can go out at any time, and so can anybody else. But with like epilepsy, there's just, I could be driving or standing or being at home, drinking a coffee and then just all of a sudden fall over and, pass away. But
and that's scary. That's daily when you wake up in the morning every single day. That is scary.
Yeah, it's a extra thought that's on my mind, but also more of an encourager. And I'm kind of almost happy that I have this disorder in a way, because it's opened up my eyes to where like living every day and each like moment matters. And there's always somebody that has it worse than me. Like, I have now gotten to know so many people, even like working with the Epilepsy Foundation, of people that have seizures multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And because weird coincidences and synchronicities happen. I mean, me and you know somebody that has a child that has epilepsy,
Yes.
you know? And so how we are all weirdly connected, you know, in this crazy way.
Yeah, and it's hard when you're dealing
It's
with
hard.
It's very hard. I think I've shared a little bit with you. I've learned a little bit more since probably you and I have talked about it, but so my health was kind of like a big thing too for the past like 5 years. Like I've been fighting to figure out what's been going on. You know, with like my episodes and things like that just kind of the brain fog, oh man, like I've had some really, really tough episodes. I've had times where I feel like that was it. I was done. Like that was my last moment. And that was, you know, somehow it wasn't. And so
Yeah.
I see what you're saying with living every day to the fullest. Because while I was going through and still am daily, I have learned like that I have POTS, and then I'm also like reactive hypoglycemic. Like I've just got a couple of sprinkles from everything just thrown in, but it has taught me to love differently, to live differently, and to choose me differently every single day. And I get to choose. So I kind of have, with this, I've learned to kind of, like you said, like shift your perspective. We can't really change it. We are in this health fun experience together in daily, we're gonna make it through another day, nailing that life. And I've kind of shifted it in a thought to where now I think of my life as an hourglass. And I'm in the hourglass and I'm catching each grain of sand, and I get to decide where it goes. Am I going to put it into family, friends, people in my life, jobs in my life that I don't like, that I don't feel seen, that I don't feel respected, that, you know, am I going to go to a, you know, I don't really party, but that's all I've got to say, a party that I want to go to. Am I going to go to this event? Let's go to an event because I don't party at all. An event that I don't want to go to, am I going to take this grain of sand and put it there? Or am I going to take it and do something that I want to do with the people that I want, that with the jobs I want, the events I want?
Exactly.
Because I never know when the last grain of sand is the last grain. And so since I kind of shifted my perspective into that with, you know, am I gonna make it? It taught me the true beauty of life. And with you saying, I'm thankful for this, because a lot of people, their last day, they don't get to appreciate.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got to learn to appreciate each day. So I'm with you on that. I understand that fully, where you say you're thankful for it because it has shifted your perspective.
Yeah. It shifts it so powerful because it makes you almost feel free, like free from it. Like once you're able to like accept it, you know, soak it in. Yeah. And then also not live in the fear of it. I think even after I had like my episode, it wasn't like I woke up and was like, I have a different view of life and I love this. I had 2 broken arms. I had a broken back. I had 2 years of healing and like surgery and finding groups that supported my mental health, because it's really easy to fall in the victim mentality of, why does this happen to me? Why do I have to have this? Why doesn't somebody else have this? And so easy to like fall into that mindset, and then your head's just down, and it's hard to like really pick it up. But once you get like past that portion, or maybe you're around people, like you said, you're spending that time, that little grain of sand of energy, being around people that uplift you and they support you, you start to like lift up your head a little bit and realize like, Well, I do. I see things so differently now. I want to spend that energy doing something that I want to do, that inspires me, that encourages me. Not, I can never swim in the ocean anymore because of my epilepsy and I might die. It's like I might dip my feet or my legs into the ocean and be totally satisfied with the moment that I'm having, like connecting. So there's so many different ways to perceive life. And the more you talk about it in a good sense, it's like that ripple effect of, inspiring, and other people get inspired and, start feeling good. And if you could spread a little bit of that, with connection, it makes all the difference in your journey.
Even with health, it feels better to connect with people. Like you're not alone in any part of your life. If you have kind of support, if it's health-wise, if it's a spiritual awakening, if it's, you feel not alone. And that's like the beautiful part of it.
And it's like, I think even scientifically proven that your body heals faster when you're thinking and you're occupied and you have a good mindset, and there's somebody that's really close to me that is going through ALS right now, and he's a personal trainer. He's somebody that has been really involved in the community in his only 30s, and got a diagnosis in January, and now he's in a wheelchair, having a hard time like swallowing water. Like his body is just deteriorated so fast. And his attitude though towards life, he has 5 kids, knowing that he has about 18 months or less or more, to live. And he's seeing that and knowing that somebody's in a worse position than I am, but can have such a beautiful view of life and making every moment count, makes me want to share that and give other people hope, because it sucks being in a position of, I don't want to be here, maybe I'm important, because I've been there too, and that's a very hard place to get out of, but a very common place people go that's not talked about.
The way that he lives his life, like, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to think that that's what he's going through, because to be in that place and be positive and takes a very strong soul, and I love his mindset. He is beautiful. So inspiring. It's sad, it's hard, but he's almost looking at it like, wow, okay, so it's almost like he's looking at it, instead of saying, I only have 18 months, he's looking at, I get 18 months. And that is so inspirational.
Yeah, that whole flip of view, it just changes everything about how you live, and like you said, how you love, how like you appreciate like the small things, and being able to be around somebody like that, like I said, inspired me. Like, when behind the scenes, it hasn't been out yet, but I've been in the works because I love community service stuff.
Okay.
And he's my friend, and you just make something positive out of things. But I'm actually organizing like a community fundraiser for him, and I have support from ICCU and the credit union banks. I have support from our local DJ, who is actually writing a story about him here in Idaho, so people can actually understand like him and get to know him. And I just have so many ideas that are falling into place within like the last 48 hours that this is where it led me. Like, his journey affected me to where I'm able to share it with other people and create awareness, not only for like his disease and his disorder, but for him, like as a person. It's in the works, but it'll be at a pumpkin patch and with the family, and he can create these memories with like his family and the community that is like so strongly behind him. And that's my passion. Like with me having epilepsy, like after that episode that almost killed me, I couldn't work anymore. I was like I said, recovering for like years. I just got put on disability like this week, finally, after like a 2-year fight with the state. And it's not that I'm not smart enough. It's just I get tired or I have an episode and I'm just like out.
Oh, I get that. I get that fully.
But I've immersed myself into starting nonprofits, starting community events, like raising money and doing stuff for other people, not myself. And I think if I were to die tomorrow, I'd be so happy with how I've lived out the rest of my last 2 years of life after hating myself, you know? And that's been such a awesome realization and opportunity that my disability gave me, for me to be able to be so disabled sometimes that I'm able to provide and open up a nonprofit, try to write a book, and help other people on their journey of just like appreciating life.
Wow. That's amazing. Sarah, that is amazing. Like what, I know we were talking.
It's been a whirlwind and I don't even know what to take from it, but I was like you said, like, you don't know when you're going to die. Like, and for me, that like stuck so hard for me is like, my kid's a toddler. I have a high percentage, a chance that I could really go at any moment. How am I going to spend it? And am I going to like look at things like a dream board and just look at it? Or am I going to like start putting things into motion? And so this past year, after we had our little thing on Meetup and, you know, we got to meet all these crazy people, it really was that point where it like inspired me to like get the ball rolling. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah. It seems like sometimes like the ideas just flow and they just come to you when they're meant to. And it definitely feels like your journey is aligning perfectly right now for you. And even how you were just like within the past 48 hours, it's like, whoa. And I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm so happy for you. I can't wait I'm going to support you in this. Like, let you know
The thing is, Justin and his family don't know yet. I wanted to make sure I have everything, the puzzle pieces in place before I would announce anything like public. And honestly, they're dealing with so much that it's like, I just want them to come and enjoy, not even have to worry about planning or what's happening, you know, just something. To be in the moment, to be present. And if that's like the best gift that I could ever give somebody, because I'm broke, I ain't working, you know, like, just saying, I would just be so happy, you know. And if I could think about like, if I were to die right now or tomorrow, would I be happy with how I lived my life? Parts of it. Now I could say I'm like, well, I wouldn't say parts of it, all of it, because it's led me to like where I am right now, just on such a cloud 9 of being thankful and having these doors like open in weird ways. I never thought that literally becoming disabled, like my worst fear, would turn into something that's like my life's mission or journey, you know. Like Justin, he's such a big part of my family that I want to support him in any way. And with my nonprofit, it's not even my nonprofit, it's just a community nonprofit I'm Hawaiian, so we have a big Polynesian community out here. And a couple years ago, we decided to like do a festival that highlights our culture. And it's grown into 15,000 people.
Wow, that grew a lot bigger.
Yeah, like so fast. Had no idea. I had no idea what I'm doing. I was like broken. Yeah. And I just one day was on Facebook, met these people, went to a meeting, you know, and decided, oh, this would be a cool thing to do. Well, how can we make it work together? Thinking, you know, like maybe 500 people might come to the Idaho Island Festival. And the first year it was 10,000. The second year that we just had was 15,000. And tomorrow we're bringing like a Polynesian film to Idaho and partnering up with Regal, and Maggie O'Mara from the Idaho News is, you know, showcasing it. So there's all these things that are like happening that I helped create by being a broken mess.
And that's beautiful though. That's beautiful. Like you have created not only like things for like people like Justin's family and things like that, but you are creating everywhere you go these environments for other people to grow, to heal, to embrace who they are and feel like they are a part of this world. Like this is beautiful, Sarah. Like this is something that your journey is aligning for you, and this is why everything is shifting for you.
It's crazy. And there's hope. So when you feel like, you know, you're not doing anything or not moving, there's a lot of points in time where you're not moving.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you felt a little stagnant before all of this kind of started flowing in?
Yeah. I like, even within the last year, you know, there were like moments in time that it was stagnant, that I had to like sit still, kind of wondering like, what direction do I go? Like, there's a lot of ideas that ain't come in for tuition, but it's because there was something bigger behind the idea. And so within those times for me, it was like patience, like divine timing, like waiting. But as humans, we don't like to wait.
Oh, no, we don't.
You know, and then sometimes it just comes on all at once. You know, like I said, within 48 hours, you know, I literally, even like this morning, I was getting like, oh, news station. And are we, you know, what's the last details of everything? You know, like right before we got on, I'm, you know, managing things that I'm not quite sure of, but just rolling with it.
It was meant for you, girl.
Yeah.
It was meant for your heart, your soul to do. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Like
and people can do that. we can do that. It's like such a weird concept. Like once you open that door, that you can create things.
Yeah.
And people want to be a part of those things, you know, too. And if you just like allow it.
If you just listen.
Yeah.
What I said.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, just take, I'm listening. And once you start listening, things start falling into place. And it's almost like it's like unreal sometimes.
Yeah.
I seriously, like I've explained it as like, I feel like I've won the lottery. Like it just feels like I know that I'm going to be all right. I know that I'm happy. I know like everything that's coming in, it's coming in. And all I need to do is listen. And things will fall into place. So you have definitely shifted so much since even the last time we've spoke.
I know. I don't even know. Like sometimes I do feel like I'm living kind of in a dream of is it real? Yeah. You know, kind of because it's happening so fast. And I honestly do truly feel like whatever timeline that we're in is moving extremely fast. Too. So it's kind of like learning to adapt, you know, to that.
Yeah.
But like what you were saying before, when there's like stagnant times, you have to have those, I think, to be able to sit in silence with yourself, to be able to like listen. It can't just all, even though life does come at you like that. Yeah. Grounding yourself and like sitting with nature for a little bit, or like calming your nervous system and like just moving things out in order for you to listen. It changes everything. If you can like start to master how to do that. And I am not a good meditator by any means, you know, so it's a practice I'm still learning.
Yep. Same. Same.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I'm like, my mind is like, okay, I got to do the dishes really quick. Okay, I got to edit this. Okay, I need to send out this. I did not email this yet. And I'm like, this is not the moment for this. it's just focused. But it's so hard because in my mind I've got a million things to do, and to find that peace is a little bit harder to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And realizing it's okay, like you said. And I think we're kind of all programmed to have to do all these things, right? And be like good at it.
What is something, like the biggest advice that you could give to somebody that's listening that you have either learned, experienced, that you would want to share or hear from?
Yeah, that's a really great question. That I have to ponder on a little bit. I think it'd be more of just living life to its fullest. Like, be creative with what you want to do. You know, don't settle. There are things that are going to be hard. Some things we'll have to do, but when you have like a open mind and you sit in those times of silence and like really listen, and then go for it. Enjoy, like the last thing that I just said. Find your joy in life.
Yeah.
If you think about succeeding or what it's like to succeed, it's finding joy in love. And love what you do.
Yep.
And in my spiritual journey, I guess, is me just like finding my mission and like my purpose. And I think there are all these like avenues that I have been finding and opening and having no prior experience to. I'm finding that purpose within me. And I think if people can just find that like little glimpse of, you know, themselves, then that would make a huge difference in how they live their life.
When was a turning point for you of just kind of accepting it all?
I think the moment that it kind of hit me, I do have a distinct moment on when it did. And it was after we had the Idaho Island Festival this last year.
Okay.
And I was able to like look out at a sea full of people dancing, hugging, crying, like just so like immersed in the moment that I was like, I helped do this, and not taking it as like a, oh, look at me, because it was not hosted by me. It was hosted by a nonprofit and all these people. But I got to be a part of something so beautiful and meaningful that I knew that there was like more to this than just like being Sarah and having a house and being a mom. You know, we try to like have all these different identities. And I think at that moment when I like looked out and just had like appreciation and like felt the energy, that's what it was, is feeling the energy of thousands of people, feeling loved and heard and appreciated and accepted. That I think was more of my turning point of like, oh, I just got to go at this like full force. Whatever I want to do now, I'm just going to do.
Wow. I love that. Like, what a beautiful way.
It's intense, but
but it's something where your heart felt like you were where you were meant to be, doing what you were meant to be. And that hits differently.
It makes your heart beat for a purpose, not just like beating as a meat suit, you know, like walking around.
Yeah.
You know, it has more behind it, which I think that's like the whole point of life, right? And like living is to be able to like feel all those emotions and those experiences, but also be that sand that drops in water that ripples, so other people can feel that and share it too.
Yeah. Dang, girl. Look at you. I am so proud of you.
What am I doing? Remember when that I think her name is Jenny, told me that I should write a book? I was like,
Yes, you're writing a book, aren't
So
you?
I am. I don't know exactly like what.
Wasn't she the medium that joined in on the meetup?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I
And that
remember.
she's an author herself. She has several books.
I remember that.
She was like one of those people that, you know, jump into a meeting and you're like, whoa, you are somebody
Like
that
she I think we were all just kind of like, what? Like
in awe.
yes. I
You
remember.
know, like
Forgot that.
she's on people's podcasts. like people pay her to come and talk.
Wow. I remember her. I completely forgot that she had joined in on the meetup.
Yeah, that was, I think, another big point for me.
Okay.
Because she mentioned something like, you should be writing. You should write a book. I've had multiple people tell me that. But what do I write about? You know, like that was for me. And so after we actually had that meetup, I pondered that. Like almost to a point where like writer's block happens, right? Like you're like, I can't even think of anything. A medium told me I'm supposed to be a writer. So how do I write? Like, what do I write about? Do I write about like my epilepsy? I write about life? You know, like where do you start? I would say a couple weeks, or maybe we had another meeting after that and we met another gentleman. He was an older one and we were talking about glimmers.
Yes, his name, I loved him. And
it was a Mark or like
Mark. Oh man,
okay.
I loved his energy. I know exactly who you're talking about. He amazing.
Inspired me by us talking about glimmers. My first actual entry was about glimmers.
Oh.
And I started writing, and I have multiple entries in my book. Or my book. It's more my journal because I don't, like I said, I'm not quite sure how to release it, if it's for myself, if it's for other people. But it has to do with like finding the glimmers in life. And a lot of my writing and my stories are personal, you know, to me, about the glimmers that I see through epilepsy, the glimmers that I see through life, the glimmers that I have during a specific moment in time, that when you read it, it just gives you like a sense of like hope, you know, and all the fuzzies. And that writing inspired me. I was like, that's what I should write about. I could write about my experiences that people can relate to.
That's beautiful. Dang.
Just great, meet people, get ideas, and then just go full force into doing whatever.
Wow, so that's insane.
I'll have to show you. Hold on just a sec.
Okay. Wow.
So this is my diary, my little daily chirps.
Oh, I love it. I love that. So the people on that meetup helped bring you to where you are.
Yeah. It helped me like encourage me to write. And then I think after I started like writing and like posting it even on Facebook and having people like write me like, oh, that really touched me, or like, oh, that really like I felt that, like I could feel that. It gave me confidence to even like with my nonprofit, I run all the social media and all the posts. Like I'm now confident enough in my skills of writing and that emotional impact that it could have to be able to affect, you know, other people when they read it. But yeah, with those 2 meetings that we had on that meetup, talk about like,
dang,
what do I do with my life? You know, because when we first got on the meetup, I'm like, what are we doing?
I know.
What is this?
We were so lost. We were so lost. And now you're writing a book and now you're doing all this. Like, I'm starting a podcast. Like, girl, we are leveling up, and we're leveling up together.
Yeah.
In different ways, in beautiful ways, but we are being us. We are being true to us. And that little meetup group that we needed during that time that I started changed so much in such a little amount of time.
you're like chasing waterfalls and like
Oh my.
literally chasing waterfalls, like meeting all these people. Like every time I look at your pictures and your posts, I'm like, this is real. Like did you just leave everything you have and just like go?
Yep.
You know, like
Life
that's real.
took off. Life, I mean, it's really hard. I lost, like, and I don't want to say it's like I lost, but my business was really hard for me because I was like a mom to all of my babies. Like, I knew every detail about them. It's like I had to say goodbye to the families that I loved and cherished. So that part was so hard for me. And it's still very hard for me, but I had to change, like, the mindset I have is like, I'm very positive. So I was like, how can I turn this and flip this? Like, I know I can either look down and be like, oh my, I'm gonna miss out on all their, like, you know, milestones. I'm gonna miss out on this, and it's hard.
Mom, yeah, I could feel it. Just like, ugh.
It's like these babies, like, those were my Monday through Friday 10-hour days. Like, I knew
Your
that.
kids.
Yes, and so it's not easy just being like, you know, teacher's not here, teacher's not gonna live here anymore. Like, teacher, you know, it was very hard. And that was probably, of the whole journey, was what killed me the most, was saying goodbye to something I put my whole heart into, my, like, everything. I loved my career. I love my teachers. I love everything with that. But it was shifting, and I felt it. I felt it the past 2 years before it shifted. So, and I would get
There must be a 2-year thing, you know, going on, you know, like, weird.
Everything played out, though, the way it was meant to. And 6 months before my life shift, I kept getting cards pulled that were like, you have a little bit longer and it's gonna happen. Just get ready, get ready, get ready. 2 weeks prior, somebody pulled my stuff and was like, it's about to happen. Get ready. And I was like, okay, like, you know, I'm still in my denial state.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks later, and everything shifted, and right now, I genuinely feel like I am the happiest my soul has ever felt, my heart has ever felt. I am genuinely being me. And I feel like I don't have to feel embarrassed about being who I am. Being able to say, like, if I was to pass, I lived my life beautifully. Like, being able to be put in that space of, now I can see how I genuinely feel happy. My heart feels happy. My soul feels happy. And like, I'm right where I'm meant to be. I'm okay with, at any point, if I end up, I mean, I'm hoping I live all the way till like forever, but, you know, being able to say, in a mindset of saying, I lived my life to the fullest. Like, I'm proud of who I am. I am loving who I am. I'm embracing who I am. And I'm okay when my end is end, because I've done what I wanted to. And it's a beautiful feeling on that end.
Especially when you can get to that point when you're young.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of, because even with my grandfather, when he passed away late of last year, my cousin was kind of asking him, you know, like, about his life and if he was comfortable and if he was scared.
Yeah.
And I think that reality really showed when he was scared, you know, when he admitted that he kind of is scared, you know, to die, and what that's like, you know, on the other side. And then having all these guilt, you know, and, you know, knowing that you're old and you might pass away. I think if you figure out when you're young and you can, like, appreciate that, and then know, like, yeah, but I can get hit by a taco truck tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know, and really, like, feel that, and that sinks in at a young age, instead of having to wait until you're 80 to have that realization of, like, what did I do? You know? I think that's a beautiful thing. because, God, you had 80 years not really knowing that you could have changed something if you wanted to. And now that you have that realization, you're like, I can change everything. Kind of like I said, finding that joy, like, in life. If any advice I can find is that, like, finding what you live for, you know, like, on a daily basis is such an important reminder of where we're at and having this really human experience, you know, that we get to share with each other.
Yeah. It is,
you know, in aspects.
Finding the shines or the glimmers. Like
Yep.
you said, I say find the shines in every day. And then Mark being the amazing inspirational guy that came up on like finding the glimmers, and you know, that's what it's about. Living every day in a positive mindset.
Yep. It's hard to do sometimes, but you know, I think having like stuff like this, having podcasts where you just like feel so good, you know, after you're done with a conversation, just can catapult you in so many beautiful directions. And living on cloud 9 for the rest of the day, hopefully, you know. So
every time I get off of a podcast, like, my soul just feels so happy, and like my heart, and like I'm doing what I'm meant to. Because I always get my self-doubt. Like, I'm like, is this seriously what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, I mean,
yes.
See me in my like early stages of spirituality and trying to figure it all out. I don't even remember how I started. I was like, you all, I have no idea what's happening, so let's just like hang out, because I don't know what's going on. And I think that's basically how I started the meetup group, and then it just kind of flowed. And now you're writing books, and you're like starting this huge thing.
Here we are, like a year later.
Wow. No, all from one meetup group. Like, that's
honestly insane. Yeah. And you know, the funny thing about our whole thing was, on that Facebook page that we were on, it was like a spiritual awakening Facebook page. I just joined it, and I thought did not think that I was posting publicly. I thought I was like responding to a question of the group and introducing myself to the admin. I honestly really had no idea, or did not read what I was posting that day on Facebook. And I had over 72 people, including you comment on that. And I was so embarrassed, because I was like, what did I just, not embarrassed about what I posted, but I was embarrassed at first that I was like, oh my God, did I just post this publicly? Like, I thought I was answering a question to get into the group, you know, kind of thing.
No.
But I'm so glad I did that, because that accident, you know, led me to you, you know, to people that we obviously know. Like, you're in Idaho, and you're from California, like 25 minutes away from me.
I know. That's insane.
It's crazy. And we met on a totally different social platform that's like international. Like, we had people that we were talking to that were from out of the country, you know, and so we're crazy, weird little synchronicities.
Yes, they all kind of bring you on your journey you're meant to be.
Yeah.
And now look at where you're heading. Like, look at the difference you're making in this world. Like, you, Sarah, are changing so much in this world.
We're changing.
We are leveling up. We are creating a beautiful journey for ourselves, from, you know, the whole, like, when we started and we're like, we have no idea, like, let's hang out.
How do you do this? There's no like book, really, you know. There's help, but everybody's journey is so different that this is where we're at.
Proud. I am so proud of you. Okay, so I have a question then, and I ask everybody, would you change, if like you had a choice, would you choose not to have any gifts, any spirituality, and just be and I don't want to say like a normal, but without gifts?
Yeah. Heck no.
Right?
It's so much more fun being able to be in tuned, or whatever your gifts are, you know, if it's seeing things that other people don't see, or if it's hearing things that people don't hear, or if it's just feeling energies or seeing auras, or whatever the case is. It's so much more interesting.
It really is.
And I don't think that I would trade. It wouldn't make me who I am. So yeah, I don't think that I would ever want to change it, even as hard as it is sometimes, because it is, and it can be overwhelming. But if you learn how to like channel it and control it a little bit,
Yeah,
it makes it a little bit easier.
it really
And
does.
appreciating it.
Okay, everybody's had the same answer. I've not gotten one no yet.
Yeah.
Everybody feels the same. Like they're like, oh heck no, I love where I'm at. I love the person I am. So it's kind of, the more and more people I meet up with, like, it's kind of like we all love where we're at, and it's we see the beauty in it, even in the mess.
Yeah. This crazy, I don't know what I'm doing mess of a world.
For real crazy. But I love it though. Like,
Yeah.
no,
It's a
even
trip.
all of it. It is a big trip. Like, and going on different trips and leveling
Yes.
up, and you never know what the next trip is going to consist of, but you still keep going. It is a beautiful journey. Amazing, messy, but I love it, and uniquely different for everybody. So your journey is not my journey is not your journey, and it's like we have grown so much in such a short amount of time, and like gone on our own journeys in such a beautiful, impactful way to help others.
Yes.
And it's like, that's our soul's purpose. Like, we are doing what we're meant to be doing, and we feel it. Like, what
Our
if-
next mission, we're gonna have to find Mark.
Yeah, we do. We gotta go find him. You helped us through this.
Yes.
It was so amazing.
He has no idea that we're having this conversation about him.
And even like, so you mentioned that you had made that post on Facebook, and you thought it was just, you know, private post. It wasn't meant to be private, because you probably would have never posted it if it wasn't.
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't have posted even a picture of myself. Like, honestly, the feelings that I had that whole entire day about it all, like the initial, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Oh my gosh, people are commenting. Do I have to like answer? You know, like just so many different mixed emotions of vulnerability, you know, embarrassment, but excitement and connection. And as more people posted and related, it needed to happen. And that helped other people too, being able to like, and it does me anytime I read something that like moves me, that I'm like, I needed that today. Like, I needed to feel connected to somebody, or have it some sort of affirmation that like I'm not alone. And
Yes.
you know, there are other people out there that, you know, feel the same as I do.
Yeah.
Because we're all searching.
Oh,
All searching for that. Even when you have those people that are like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. You know, like,
we all do.
we all do.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't matter what anybody thinks of you, but it's the attitude, the mindset, the perspective of turning it into something, you know, positive.
And living for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It is. It's a beautiful part to live for you and choose you.
Mm-hmm. Choose you. I think, yeah, that's the great way, you know? Best advice for Krystal. Choose you.
100%. That's like what I say, and what I've learned through a lot of this, of my life flip, of everything, is just choosing me has shifted so much. And I'm like, I'm going to continue doing that. Like, I'm going to continuing choosing where I spend my time, choosing, you know, because I never know when that's it. And I've loved my life so much more.
I love that.
It's amazing, huh? It's amazing to be able to say that and feel it. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm very happy. Like, I wouldn't have done it without my life shift. I don't connect anymore with my last life, like before my life shift. It's like I've shifted into somebody more peaceful and calm, and like the shift was needed.
Yeah. And you got to keep moving. That's what it's all about too.
Oh yeah.
Is keep finding and exploring. Exploring is the best part.
Yep. Keep learning the new you that you keep becoming, because it keeps shifting. But it's beautiful though. It is beautiful. Well, okay, so we are pretty much done with our cup of coffee. We are ending this beautiful conversation that we have had. But is there anything else that you would like to put as like a closing statement that you just want to put out there as a word of advice or positivity or glimmer or shines out before we end this beautiful conversation?
Yeah. Make connections. Find people. Love people. Celebrate with people. Support people. If I could, say one thing, I would spend your life doing that.
That's beautiful. Look at you go, Sarah.
I know. Now I want to go and cry. Happy tears, because I already did that, and I cry in front of my son quite often, honestly, and they're not always sad tears. They're happy tears, and I'm totally okay with telling him that.
That's good. That's a good thing. Happy tears are beautiful. The soul's way of just being like, we are where we're meant to be.
Yes.
So that is beautiful, and I love that you get to share that with him. I love that. Okay, so thank you. I'm going to give you a cheers. We're going to cheers up.
Cheers.
To a beautiful conversation with a beautiful soul that you are. And I want to thank everybody for joining in on Sarah's beautiful journey on the Cozy Awakening. And until our next journey and our next cup of coffee, bye.
Bye.